What's going on, guys? So, I'm doing another out-of box reaction slash review, and this time, as you saw in the thumbnail, it is the new-ish Transformers War for Cybertron SEIGE Thundercracker repaint, straight up repaint of Starscream, with the exception of the slightly changed out head, which honestly doesn't make sense for this particular character, but I did pick him up at my local Target. He was an exclusive originally. I think it was an Amazon exclusive originally, so you could only catch it online. I know several people got it like 2 months ago, along with other figures, but I had to wait till it hit my local Target. You can probably pick it up at Walmart as well. It is the normal deluxe-ish, or Voyager, the bigger box Voyager class pricing, so don't overpay for it. And Skywarp does come in a very special pack, and I believe he's also an exclusive for the time being. But because I have never owned any of the Seekers with the exception of Starscream up until now, well, I guess technically I have the MP Skywarp now, but I didn't buy that, so it just happened to find its way to me. But because Starscream was the only one I had up until this point, I'm excited because I actually dig his color scheme. So let's get him out the box here, because that's how the show gets its name. And it doesn't really come with anything new, where like Thundercracker does. This guy does not. They just show off the same thing on the back, 22 steps, you know, shows off the same Battle Masters. Got some nice artwork there with a weird scowly kind of look on his face. It looks... See, the problem is here it's an angry scowl. Here on his actual head, it's a smirk. So I think they just didn't mold it that well. When you drop your box, I'm trying to open. Negative review because the box was hard to open. And being that I've already messed with this mold before, instructions aren't necessary. He's got the cool Decepticon logo in there with whatever his rank is in the thing, as we've discussed before on other reviews. So, offhand, he's a lot of blue. It's a cool blue, though. I do have the model kit from Flame Toys. I just said Flames Toys. I hate myself. Flame Toys. So I will be doing that sometime soon. But he won't be this like G1 color scheme, because the Flame Toys one is actually a darker color, oddly enough. So we'll see what goes on there. Of course, my buddy Sean Love has already done one up for a mutual friend and reviewer, which looks really good and is very different, very G1 paint scheme. But I should say color. It's the same scheme regardless. It's just a G1 accurate color. So offhand, just looks like Starscream. Because what else is he going to look like? So obviously the Seeker mold is always just a remold. Oh, that was actually strapped in. I couldn't tell. The Null Rays actually had a very, very hard to see strap there. So that's fine. Okay. I do remember this packaging is a bit of a pain. Like the wings and stuff get stuck in there. Get the little plastic bits out of his arms, because it gets longer. I hope that, ooh, that felt weird. I hope that they did better on the closing joints, because the Starscream started to get really worn out and stuff like that, and doesn't feel like it holds. It does feel like there's some mold degradation. Like he's loose. He's not like dangly loose, but the joints aren't super tight. Still got the same springiness. And he does have the quintessential red stripes and way too much weathering on the wings. Look at that. That is just paint splotchy. That's not even like battle damage or brushing up a thing. That's just straight up paint splotches. Hasbro has got to stop this. And even with Earthrise, they haven't, from what I can see. Now, I will get the Starscreamer off the shelf. So, there we go. That's how they look together. Now, I wouldn't mind swapping their heads, because I think Starscream should have a much smirkier face. I think it's probably just a small screw, and it is. So I will probably switch the faces out. So the head sculpts are even the same. The paint is actually the same. In other versions, I just said I've never had Seekers. I just realized I have Planet X Seekers. I don't have official Seekers. Let's say that. Um, for everybody who had already commented that. Yeah, so I think that's smirk. Like I said, it should be angry, but it's not. It's smirky. So I'll hold that there and try to zoom in as best I can on post. But I mean, it looks good, and there's enough color differences between the way the other ones look, where their main body color is most of their body color, whereas Starscream, being the red one, is mostly gray. And what's really funny, the weathering is the exact same pattern between them. So they just have a stencil or computer print for that. Oh, I just realized he's slightly mistransformed because the rockets are not pulled up and back. So that's the way he should be, like that. Tilt the wingies up. And I've seen that Repro Labels has sticker sets for these guys, along with they add the top fin and stuff like that. So that might be something I do down the line, but I'm not sure. So I'm not going to bother with articulation and stuff because he's exactly the same. I'm just going to transform him. Let's see. Oh, that's the other thing, the fist. Not just the doors for the hands, but the fist on my Starscream is incredibly loose. After just playing with it, transforming it, you know, a couple dozen times, the wrist is already like feeling like it's going to snap off. All right, so I actually kind of have to remember how to transform him. I know it's not difficult. It's just been a minute. So now I need to crack the chest loose, and once again, they have never fixed the they have not fixed the chest issue. They've never pinned the chest, I should say. Okay, so this needs to all come back up. Flip those forward. Like I said, I'm kind of remembering as I go here. Okay, so the head needs to kick back and in. This will pump back. See, I was really hoping that in this generation they would fix that issue. Because remember, the arms tuck in, the feet turn around and flip inward. I think. This is where I'm trying to remember things. Okay, so like this. There we go. And then tuck that into the butt. There we go. I remember the thrusters obviously go to the back. That's a given. Come on. There we go. Okay, so tuck that in nicely. Arms come down. And tab in. Come on. So I know that tab's in there. Just having a hard time getting it there. It's not vertical. I forgot the arms accordion. I got it. Doesn't help that it's now black and I can't see where everything's going. Okay, yeah, so the arms accordion in. Forgot that part, so it's all good in the hood. Yes, I said that. I apologize. Come on. Ooh, that's a kind of a stressy thing there. Tab in. There it goes. Okay, so now we want to drop this down and in place. Pull the wings down, and they're going to tab into the arms. In theory. Like that. Got it. I always forget to tuck it under the nose. Tabs in a lot easier. There we go. And then that comes up and over that. If I remember correctly. If I remember my maths. Okay, tilt the toes down, get them out of the way. You tab in there. Now we apply some null rays. Still the rubber bands stuck to them. Wow, the null rays are just as loose as they were on Starscream. So move them to the wings. And there we go. We have our Tetrajet Blue Boy. And I like it. I think it's a good new color scheme. I dig it. I like the black additions there, where they're grayish on Starscream. Still got the yellow translucent window, all these nice bits, but you get the new red streaks and stuff like that. I digs it. Looks good. Still got the exposed cockpit on the butt, but the way this thing does transform, I guess, what more do you want for it? And I guess if you want to compare it to cars or to the last boy we looked at, like that, it is what it is. And of course, transform the Screamer as well, because that's just what we gotta do to make comparisons happen, right, Jimmy? That's right. There's no Jimmy, but I will cut this out to save time. Clearly I need to dump some footage off my phone if it's saying I'm running low on space. This is me just talking to myself in the moment. This won't be in the review. Here's my least favorite wrist that keeps breaking. Okay, collapse the arm now, then close it up. Should probably have broken in the first place, if I'm honest. Oh, there's something that... So, I forgot about this. There's a little flap on the back of Starscream's head. I don't recall that being on him. So I need to look at that and make sure something didn't change. Okay, so tuck the head away. Rotate that. The waisty waist. Legs go back. Plug in the butt. Plug in the butt. Tilt these down ever so slightly. Okay. Okay. Oh, that's stuck. There we go. That up, fix that. And there we go. 2 of the Seekers in Tetrajet form. That's pretty fun, if I'm honest. I like it. And of course, you get their vertical lift-off form. Now, I might get the repro label set, maybe not for the full stickers and stuff like that, but maybe just for the add-on parts, which I think might just plug in right here. But for the remold slash redeco, it's pretty cool. I'm going to swap the heads because Starscream needs to have the smirk, even though it's supposed to be an angry face. And I think Skywarp has the same face. So, and now if they gave him a completely different face, that would be cool. But Skywarp is my favorite. I love the black and purple scheme, so I'll be super happy to get that. Although, that being said, my favorite Planet X version is this guy, because the blue works better in that mold, whereas this is a more all-over color scheme. So, alright guys, so here before the end, I wanted to show off that I did in fact switch the heads of Starscream and Thundercracker. So you can see the big smirking face there, and a straight face there. Now, it is just as simple as removing the screw that's in the back of the head, and just getting something like a very light pry tool to just kind of get them apart. They're not super stuck together, but there's just that hard seam line, and the plastic is a little bit tough at first and aren't really glued together or anything like that. Just be super careful. I had a little bit of problem actually getting this head back onto Thundercracker, which I thought was weird. They're the exact same mold, it just struggled to line the eyes back up from the light piping, but there you go. You can swap them, it's really easy. So if you had that inclination and you really wanted to have your Starscream with a smirky face, you can totally do that. And there's, of course, the next review I'm going to be doing. So there's a teaser. So yay for Star Wars stuff. But thanks for watching. Give me a big old thumbs up if you are new. Go ahead and subscribe. Do all the things down below. And of course, if you want to help support the channel, sign up for the Patreon. You can see things a little bit early. You might get to see reviews and out the boxes and in the kitchens that normal people don't see. And also have the ability to pick some stuff that I do occasionally. And because this channel may never be monetized, every little bit can totally help. The merchandise doesn't really sell, so if you're not interested in that, I don't blame you. So, but I'll catch you on the next one, where I've got a lot more figures to check out. I'll see you then, and remember, as always, to keep on nerding.